If you're either inspired AF or totally flat, you're not inconsistent, you're imbalanced. In my book, The Unified Way, I talk about the energy flow from the root to your sacral motor. This is a very powerful connection that either drives you to do and take action, or it can very easily be misaligned and guided by extra external energies around you that are activating that drive to do something. Understanding this is a game changer in how you utilize your energy in the best and healthiest, dare I say, way possible. There's a myth that balance means doing less, and maybe it's true, but the caveat here is that doing less means that you're focused on what you are meant to be doing and what you are in alignment to be doing. When our doing comes from external energies and external forces that are applying pressure and influence upon us that is not coming from a centered, aligned, true place, this becomes an imbalance. But what we're really looking for is what balance really is. Balance means rhythm and recovery. When we think about the rhythm of breath, the countdown of breathing in, holding in for a few seconds, and releasing that breath, this introduces a rhythm into the body that feels really soothing and calming and good. No matter who you are or what your belief system is, this method always works for anyone. As simple as it is, don't dismiss the simplicity to mean it's something that isn't powerful. Now, what I teach in The Unified Way, balancing masculine and feminine powers as an entrepreneur, is that from the root, we have a lot of masculine energy. It isn't completely masculine in the root, but it does have a lot of masculine energy. And if we align to it correctly, this could be utilized in a very powerful way, especially for someone that carries more feminine energy than masculine throughout the body. So if feminine energy is your dominant energy, this teaching is going to be especially helpful to you as well, and just as helpful to people that carry a lot of masculine energy within their body. You too also need to understand the balance of bringing in a little more feminine flow, and that's what we're talking about today, because here the sacral guides that feminine flow, that feminine energy, and it introduces more of the why and the purpose behind the doing. So one simple way to test this is to write down on a piece of paper all of the things that you need to do to accomplish a particular goal, or maybe a step that you want to achieve in your business. Writing down everything that you can think of that needs to be done, that ideally, if you can check, then your mission will be accomplished, your business idea will come into play and come into fruition. So after you write this list, go back to your list and check what you wrote down. Now, this doesn't need to be in any particular order. You don't have to have priorities, or you don't even have to have categories. All you're doing is simply listing all of the things that you believe that you need to get done. Now, go through your list, read each one, and take your time. What we're doing here is a body check. You read your first line, say it's create your website or your landing page. Just notice the feeling that comes through your body. Now, right away, one of those tasks is one that I need to do. I need to update a section on my website. So immediately I got a little spark of energy in my sacral. And I'm actually feeling really excited for probably one of the first times in my life to update my Work With Me page. I've never felt more aligned with what I am doing with my clients today than ever before. So I really felt a little dance and circle of energy in my sacral that felt really good and energized. Now, there was a time where it made that same space feel a little nauseated. I wasn't feeling aligned with my message. I didn't even know what my message was before. So you're doing a body check to find out What energy are you feeling? Now, be very careful here because you don't want your mind to interfere too much. You want to just pay attention to that first visceral response and what is coming up for you energetically in your body. Now, if your mind does pull you in a different direction of your first initial interpretation, go ahead and write those down on a separate piece of paper. Flip that paper over so you can't see that evidence anymore and just set it aside, satisfying the brain with the concerns. And now your brain, and you're telling your thought process that, okay, noted, but let's set it aside for now. Going back to the list, we're doing our body check. And I want you to label this right now. Just notice the awareness in your body, but label this right next to it. You're going to say either it's flow, or it's focus, or it's delegate. Label it flow, focus, or delegate. One of those three things. Do you need to do some batching of your weekly content? Or maybe you need to add a rest ritual. Now, after you've gone through your whole list, I want you to take a moment and just pull away from that list and just do some stretching. Maybe you're doing some side stretches, or you're going down and touching your toes. Whatever you do to stretch your body, do that for 2 minutes. This is what productivity looks like in your body. As you're doing your stretches, automatically you will start to get clarity on this list that you have. You can go back and review what you wrote down, decide what needs to stay on the list. Do you still agree with the 3 categories that you placed on there? Focus, flow, or delegate? And that can be the start of your next planning phase. When focus serves flow, work can feel like movement instead of strain. Join me on Friday or Sunday, depending on when you're watching this. Join me in my next live. Bring your questions or put a question below for the next live, and we can do this together. So leave a comment below and let me know, where do you over-focus? And where do you lose flow? You may need to pay attention to the next time that you're going to take action steps that you know you need to do, and just make a mental note. Where do you lose your flow, or where do you hyper-focus? And then how do you feel afterwards? Remember, stay centered. Keep discovering your gifts, because every step brings you closer to clarity and curiosity. By the way, if you'd like to hear more about Flowstate Manifesting, a technique that I, Princella Stringer, created based off of my personal experience, and after working with hundreds of clients that this has worked for, I want to invite you to a free training every Friday at 12 p.m. PST and Sunday 10 a.m. PST. Go to YouTube and search for the Woopreneur Collective. If you'd like to subscribe to my emails, go to princellastringer.com, click Flowstate Manifesting, and I'll meet you there.